Bang!
Nice. I like that new song. Good job, Dan. Hey, good morning. Welcome to my show, That's Where the Money Is. I'm Dominic Samaroni on 93.5 FM. Bank Busters, that's my that's today's theme. Thanks a lot. That was a surprise. I didn't hear it yet, and it came out great. So who are you going to call? Bank Busters. So here we are. We're on another episode of Crazy Dominic Samaroni and his crazy rants about busting up the banks since they busted up our economy and our good name here in the United States. We are here today. We've gotten a lot of phone calls in and a lot of emails and text messages and Facebook posts about my rants about the banks and how other people are not as happy with the banks as I am. So I practice what I preach. I have an account with a credit union. I asked my local credit union where I have my accounts if they would be interested in coming on the air and discussing the benefits and the differences between the credit unions, federal credit unions, and doing business with a bank. A bad word, the B word. Now, I do business with Hudson Heritage Federal Credit Union. My wife does business with the Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. There's a lot of Hudson credit unions out there. There's the Mid-Hudson. Is it Mid-Hudson, Dan? Mid-Hudson Valley, or is it Mid-Hudson Credit Union? Valley Federal Credit Union. Okay. So you have plenty of credit unions to choose from. They're in Middletown, they're in Newburgh, they're in Goshen. But the one that I am doing business with and who's going to be on the show with me today as a guest is the branch manager, Kim Miller. And she's going to come on and tell us about her new branch, her new locations, her rates, her programs, and most importantly, the differences and the benefits of doing business with a federal credit union as opposed to the big bad banks. Now, people ask me, aren't you nervous about bashing these banks? I can tell you right now, WTBQ does not reach the Hamptons. So I'm really not concerned. So they're out in the Hamptons enjoying life. And by the way, this is a Hamptons alert. I'm going to start doing it this summer. A Hamptons alert. It's official. There is a shortage on caviar and champagne this summer. So I'm sorry to report there's a big shortage. You're going to have to BYO, I guess. Champagne would be C. So bring your own champagne. So we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about the benefits of a credit union with Kim Miller from Hudson Heritage Federal Credit Union.
Let's talk about the F word for a minute, foreclosure. Defaulting on your mortgage can cause a lot of stress on you, your family, and most importantly, your kids. As soon as you default, your banker sends your file over to their legal department to begin the foreclosure process. In the old days, you called every family member possible to borrow money, or you rented a U-Haul and left in the middle of the night. Well, not anymore. Now you could turn your banker's files over to your legal department, the law offices of Stephen Stutman. If you have a foreclosure problem, Stephen has the solution. Are you aware that there are many options available from your bank, the state, and the federal government? The law offices of Stephen Stutman has successfully represented their clients for over 30 years. Steve Stutman doesn't work for the banks. He works for the people and defends families' homes. So, if you are interested in keeping your home, then call Steve Stutman at 888-574-7771. When it comes to the roof over your head, Steve Stutman's got you covered. 888-574-7771. This is an attorney advertisement and an offer of assistance. Attorneys cannot guarantee results for either side.
State Farm in the Clock Tower on Main Street in Warwick. One stop for all your business and personal insurance and financial services. Life, home, auto, disability, or business insurance, as well as banking and retirement planning. Call 986-7100 or come in and meet the team.
Warwick Press is your full-service digital print shop. When it has to look its best, trust Warwick Press with your business cards, newsletters, letterheads, event calendars, and more. They can gloss UV coat your project, do spiral and saddle stitch binding, and lamination too. Let Warwick Press do your posters and banners, trade show graphics, and displays. Warwick Press, 33 South Street. All major credit cards accepted. Call 986-9846. That's 986-9846.
Hi, this is Lynn Allen Cione. I'm the president and CEO of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. Join us every Friday at 12 noon when we will highlight Orange County Chamber's events and business right here on WTBQ, radio worth listening to.
Hey, it's your turn to speak up. I'm Zach Kruk, the host of Speak Up, where you voice your opinion on issues affecting us in our nation and in our community. Speak up and call in every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on WTBQ, radio worth listening to.
WTBQ.
All right. This is Dominic Samaroni. I'm back on 93.5 WTBQ. As you know, I'm just a little passionate about the credit unions as opposed to the banks. I have on the line with me the branch manager. We had discussed the radio show, and we discussed my passion for credit unions. And I asked her to come on the show, and she gracefully said, absolutely, I'd love to come on. So we have with us here Kim Miller. Hello, Kim.
Hi, good morning.
There's my girl. How's my money?
It's doing good.
I'm going to buy flowers like that Pocono commercial. I love my money. I want to send flowers to my money. I can come visit my money whenever I want, right? I don't have to make an appointment or get in there before 4 o'clock, banker's hours.
No banker's hours at the credit union, and you can come in anytime.
Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right. I'm glad you came on today. I just want to say, when I met Kim, we hit it off right away. And I know my wife is listening. I'm talking on a professional basis here. I just want to say that we have a great relationship. We hit it off. We both are on the same page about credit unions. I don't think she believed me at first. She probably thought I was just coming in selling or something. But I am passionate about credit unions. So Kim Miller from the Goshen branch. Now, that's a new branch, right, with Hudson Heritage?
It opened November of 2013, originally located at the Orange County DPW on 17M.
Wow. What were you filling in potholes, too, on the side? Or just, what the heck? Not with my money,
Yeah.
I hope.
No, not with yours.
Okay.
Of course not.
Of course not. Yeah. I think I have $20 in my savings account, so I shouldn't brag right now. Okay.
You're moving up there.
I'm moving up, yeah. Well, you told me I only have to open the account with a $5 bill, right?
$5 in your savings account. Absolutely. That's all it takes to be a member.
$5 in a dream. I love it. That is fantastic. And that's $5 that's not at a big bank, and I'll keep the names off the air today out of courtesy. I like it. Now, tell me about the benefits of a credit union. Now, my listeners hear me rant and rave, but let's hear from the credit union for once. So, you and I spoke about it, and I know you can go online, you can go on the webpage and learn all about it, but I want to hear from you, the branch manager, what's the benefit of a credit union? Why would you go to a credit union as opposed to the big bank?
Well, at the credit union, you become a member. To be a member at the credit union, you do have to meet some restrictions because we have a charter, and that charter covers Orange, Ulster, and Dutchess counties. To be a member, you have to live, work, worship, volunteer, or attend school in one of those counties. You also could have a family member that belongs. So, like if you're in Sullivan County, where we are not a charter at this time, you could become a member too if you have a family member. So to be a member, you just come in and we get you going. And one of the benefits is once you're a member, you're always a member. So if you move to Florida, if you move across to another country, you're always a member with the credit union. So you can do your banking online, and there's so many different features.
I didn't know that.
We're also a not-for-profit. So, once you're a member, you are owned into the credit union, meaning you're not just a customer. You are a member with just $5. So
it's a nonprofit organization, similar to like the Rotary Club, for instance. It's not a charitable club, but it's a raising money, pooling money, saving money, lending money group.
Absolutely, 100%. And you can come to our annual meetings as a member. You do have to be a member to come to an annual meeting. Not anybody can just come.
Okay.
So we have those once a year. It was held in May already, and it is held every May at the Rykowski Lane corporate headquarters.
The Rykowski Lane corporate headquarters. Okay.
Yes.
And where is that? Rykowski Lane?
In Middletown, Rykowski Lane, Middletown, New York.
Okay. All right. So that's where the headquarters is. Now, let's just talk about the history for 1 second of Hudson Heritage. They weren't always known as Hudson Heritage Federal Credit Union.
No, they were many different credit unions that have been merged together. It originally started as the Newburgh Teachers Credit Union. Please forgive me, I don't have all those dates in front of me.
No, it's okay. No, we just want to get a little history so people understand where they're from. They didn't pop up from the Hamptons.
No, not from the Hamptons.
Okay.
But 75 years ago, we are celebrating our 75th anniversary. So it was 75 years ago in Newburgh, where our corporate headquarters used to be. And yes, and over the years, we merged with Valley Central Federal Credit Union, which is a big with the teachers at Valley Central.
Mm-hmm.
And our most recent one was the MPO Federal Credit Union, which has locations in Pine Bush, Port Jervis, and Middletown. So we recently acquired them in 2013 as well.
Okay, now you used to be a banker. I used to be a mortgage banker in my previous life, and I still do a little bit of lending, and I do foreclosure defense assistance with people that have mortgages with, most of them have mortgages with the big banks. A lot of the foreclosures, if you notice, there's not a lot of foreclosures with credit unions because credit unions were lending out their own members' money to their members. So they weren't lending it out and selling it off to some poor unsuspecting investor from Wall Street or a pension fund or selling it off to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA. They're most of the time the loans were kept in-house. They're serviced in-house. You're getting calls from other members who are, I guess, customer service reps or servicers, I guess, in the mortgage servicing department.
Yes, absolutely. You get calls from us directly.
Okay, so if not from India?
No.
Nobody's in Vietnam?
No.
Okay.
Middletown, New York.
We know Middletown, New York. Okay. So it's a community credit union serving their members. Now, you came from banking, and banks are usually public. They have shareholders. They have shareholder meetings. What's the difference of a typical shareholder meeting as opposed to a membership meeting?
We tell you where we're going in the future, what our plans are for the next year. We do discuss our numbers, of course, where we're at, and what we did over the last year and stuff. So it is a little bit different. It's, of course, positive. The credit union's doing very well.
Knock on wood.
We just like to, share the feedback of what you, the members, have been helping us do over the year and the year to come.
Okay. When it's a nonprofit organization and you're a member, you can attend the meetings. Now, a profit organization, say, I don't want to pick any names. I don't want to pick on any banks. Chase. Let's say Chase, for instance, if you're a shareholder at Chase and you go to a shareholder meeting, can I just show up at a shareholder meeting if I don't own shares?
I don't believe so, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't believe so either. Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
I'd have to own shares, I'm sure, to show up to the meeting. But just like the membership, you have to show up to the membership meeting. You have to be a member. So, but the shareholders, what are they talking about at a shareholders meeting? You used to be involved with a bank. What's a typical topic at a shareholders meeting? What are they talking about there? What's the most important drive for the shareholders?
They want money.
Profits.
They want their stock to grow. Profit, absolutely.
Okay. Did they ever mention the depositors at all at the shareholder meetings?
The depositors.
Who?
No.
I hear crickets. And you're not supposed to have time or space on the air, and I hear crickets for some reason. Okay, so you don't talk about the depositors. How about I know they're not talking about the free toasters that they're giving out. All right, so what about the interest rates on loans? Are they talking about that?
Definitely not as much at those meetings as you would find at credit unions. Credit unions have extremely low rates. Different promotions at different times will drive those rates down. But typically, you can walk into the credit union and walk out the same day with your loan. So,
like the old days.
Yes,
banking
absolutely.
Like the old days.
Great customer service, and we try to do everything we can. We do not just give a loan to anybody who, unfortunately doesn't qualify due to income or due to...
no liar loans? No loans to people in cemeteries? None of that? And selling them off to Norway or something? Not doing those kind of loans?
None of that at all.
Okay.
And I used to work for a local bank for 16 years. And when I started with the credit union over 2 years ago, I said, well, why didn't I work for a credit union a long time ago and have my accounts here? I mean, having the accounts there and earning
higher interest,
and just the personalized service that you get is wonderful.
It is. I have to say it is. I always I always walk in there laughing, and I always walk out of there laughing. And they always say if you're walking around the streets with a smile on your face, you must have money in the credit union, not the bank. So I have another question for you. Let's talk about your fees and setting up an account. Now, you say you could open up an account with $5. You could walk in with a FIN and a $5 bill, and you're a member. Congratulations and welcome to the credit union. Now, what are you getting? Are you getting a checking account? Are you getting a savings account? How does this work?
All of our memberships come with free checking accounts. There is no minimum balance requirement or direct deposit
Hold on.
required.
That's the other F word. Did you say free checking account?
Free.
Okay, and what's the minimum balance for the free check? Wait, let me just say that one more time. I wish I could say it in another language. Did you say free checking account? Now, what is the minimum balance you have to maintain in your free checking account?
$0.
Okay, because all the free checking accounts that are advertised by the banks always have that and blah, 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 at the end of the commercial, and at the blah, 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 it's a minimum balance of $1,500 and blah, 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 maintain blah, 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 otherwise you get charged $80 a month. So this is a real free checking account. There's no crazy little blurbs at the end of the commercial, or there's no fine print.
None at all. You do not have to have a direct deposit either. A lot of them require a direct deposit to be free. Nothing like that. So when somebody comes in to open membership, we open up your savings account, and we strongly encourage you open up your checking account as well, which comes with a debit card, online banking, voice, you can call in to the automated system if you're not an online person. We are rolling out remote deposit capture, so many different features, bill pay.
Now, the remote deposit capture, that's when you take a picture of the check and
yes.
You can, I guess, email it to the bank, or the credit union, union, and it becomes a deposit. That's a Freudian slip. It becomes a deposit right then and there. So you don't have to get in your car, start the car, gas it up, drive over, see the girls, which I don't mind doing. I have a good time. Like I said, I smile when I come in, I smile when I go out, but I could take a picture of the check and I'm done.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I know the other credit unions are offering that. And I was talking to Dan about another credit union. They have that virtual scary guy in the booth that talks to you and tells my future, at the other credit union, the Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. So it looks like technology is right there in our faces at the credit unions. Because a lot of people think, well, they're not a big bank, so you can't get a debit card and you can't get free checking and you can't get this and you can't get... So it's on the contrary, folks, the credit unions are keeping up just fine with the race. They're doing just fine. Not to mention, it's a free checking account. Let's talk about ATM fees for a second, because everybody's going to say, well, I can't run all the way over to Goshen. I live in Warwick. All the way over to Goshen to take a deposit so I can avoid the ATM fee in Warwick.
We do offer 4 free ATM withdrawals monthly.
For free. Once a week, basically.
Once a week, sure. So you need money, once a week you can go to the ATM. We don't charge any fees. Unfortunately, you do have to pay for the other bank's fees, but the Quick Check ATMs are free.
There you go.
Also,
so there's locations. There's locations where you can go.
There are locations that you can go. Any network that has the co-op, COOP, is also free ATM usage. So you just can't go to Chase.
Oh, what a shame. You ruined my day. Well, unless I want to go out to the Hamptons. I still love the Hamptons, just the crowd. The particular crowd, not the crowds. I also noticed when we did sit down, I said, I'm from Warwick, and the location's in Goshen, which is fine for me, but my wife is not going to want to run all the way over to Goshen. I have an office in Goshen, but my wife's not going to want to run to Goshen. There is a location in ShopRite, if I remember correctly, in Warwick, New York.
Not Hudson Heritage.
I thought there was an ATM machine.
Oh, there very well may be.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
You can go to for free. I don't have all the ATM locations that
in
you
your
can
head?
go to for free
You don't have
in my head. And I am calling from home today because I'm off today.
Yeah.
So I'm calling in, so I don't have everything right at my fingertips, so I apologize.
That's okay. Who's watching my money in your absence?
They got it. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the locations. There's how many locations? Is it 9?
No, we have 12
branches.
12.
Okay.
Yes.
And where are they? You don't have to tell me off the top of your head, but if you don't know all of them.
I'll do my best.
Okay. I'm quizzing you.
Port Jervis,
Okay.
Pine Bush, Harriman, Goshen, which is mine, of course, so that's where, I'd like to see you.
That's where the money is.
We do have 3 branches in Middletown, Dolson Avenue, East Main Street, and Rykowski Lane. We have a branch in Newburgh, Harriman, Washingtonville, and we have 2 locations in New Paltz, one at the SUNY campus and one on Main Street. I think I got them all.
I think you did good. I think you did terrific. If I was running a contest, I'd give you free tickets or something. That was terrific. Oh, great. That was great. And let's talk about interest rates real quick, because that's where the money is, and that's what my show is all about. That's where the money is. Let's talk about interest rates on savings and interest rates on loans for a quick second. Where are we at with interest rates, say, on savings?
On savings accounts, depending on what kinds you have, they're not paying as well as the free checking account is. To get the interest on a free checking account, unfortunately, you do have to have a direct deposit, but many people do nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah.
So you can earn up to 1.25 on your money sitting in your checking account. There are some requirements necessary to earn that interest.
Okay.
But I don't know, for the
average
American nowadays, it's very easy to do.
It's very, it's unfortunately, it's because of the interest rate environment. There's not a lot of interest on these types of accounts. I don't know any banks that offer interest checking unless you're keeping a $5,000 balance or some crazy amount of money, $10,000 or whatever. So usually there's no interest on checking. So here there's an interest on checking account, which is foreign to me. I didn't know there was interest on a checking. You just stumped the professor. Now, what about the savings accounts? And do you have CDs? Do you have certificates of deposit, stuff like that?
Of course, we
6
have
months?
CDs. They start at 6 months and go up to 5 years. The 5-year, I do know, is paying 2.05 at this time.
Ooh.
I think the 6 months, again, don't quote me, is 0.5%. But again, the rates are not where they should be. But that also allows us to then pay lower interest rates on loans.
Now, are these interest rates on your webpage? Do they publish them daily, or?
I do believe that they are. If you go to hhfcu.org.
I'm on it.
Okay, then there are many tabs that you can go on to find many different rates, locations of the ATMs as well on there. We are going to be having a new site coming out very soon.
Oh, it's getting better all the time, as the Beatles used to say. All right.
That.
Cool. It's getting better all the time. Now, let me ask you 2 more interest rate questions, and then we're going to talk about our banker bash for the last minute. 2 more interest rate questions. Car loans. Where are we at on car loans these days? I'm in the market for a car.
Yeah. Rates start as low as 1.99%. You can visit a branch, call in, visit a branch. We are also in the dealership. We are in approximately 17 different dealerships.
Are you at Leo Katie's Ford by any chance in Warwick, New York?
Not 100% on that one. I'm very sorry.
Look into that. That's okay. I got a board member suggestion box, I'm sure, somewhere.
Call it, tell them to call us if we're not. But I know we have many, many dealerships that we do deal with. So you can, either way, what you want to do, you can visit the dealership if that's easier, or if you want the personalized service from a branch, you can come into the branch and we can do the loan for you there as well.
And one last question before we talk about our membership drive, bash. Let's talk about the interest rates on mortgages. You have home equity loans, or you have 30-year mortgages, 15-year mortgages? You know them off the top of your head, or is it something we should go to the internet for?
You can certainly check the internet. Right now, the mortgage rates, I believe, are starting as low as 3.8%. We are having a special on closing costs as well. That's on mortgages. On our home equities, we are having a it starts as low as 3.99, and I do believe our 9-month 1.75 is still in effect right now.
Wow, that is ridiculous. Yeah. You got to be a member to get in on this. This is some club. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for coming on the show, but I want to mention, it's my pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be with you. But I want to just mention one thing. You and I are planning now to take this up a notch. We're talking about doing a membership drive at WTBQ on June 25th. where people
Yes.
can come in with their previous big bank deposit slip. We're going to have a small fire. I'm not kidding around. We're going to have a small fire pit. We're going to burn the deposit slips of the big banks. If you care about the United States and your kids' future and you want to get in on the membership of low interest rates for loans, high interest rates for savings, and free checking. But on June 25th, we're going to publicize the heck out of this, and we're going to everybody come in with your not only your deposit slips to burn, but your FIN, your $5 bill to open up the account. Kim is going to be here. She's going to bring some staff, hopefully some balloons, some giveaways, some pens, and all the other fun stuff that the credit union gives out. And we're going to do a membership drive for people that really do think along the lines of getting rid of their bank and becoming a member of the credit union. So June 25th, pencil it in. Kim, I will see you at the Hudson Heritage Federal Credit Union in Goshen. Thank you very much for coming on today, and I'll get back to everybody on those dates for the Banker Bash on my next show. Thank you very much. Have a great day today, everybody.